have achieved a goal, and the goal was that I refuse to let the medication work me. I work it. So what milligrams am I going to be taking going forward, and what is my frequency going to look like, and what is my maintenance journey going to look like? Hello, gorgeous. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. It is your girl, Tamika. She is Tamika and Tamika is she. Ay, she is Tamika and Tamika is she. Ay, she is Tamika and Tamika is me. Listen, if you have not watched my video that I made yesterday on the reason why I am quitting 2.5 milligrams injecting once a month, you will need to check that video out before you watch this. Now, today it is injection day, but before we get into that, let me explain to you. I thought this was so funny last night as I was editing my video. My husband was like, "You're not taking the injections like you say you are. Stop capping." I was like, "What do you mean?" And he said, because he used the other word, but I'll just say your behind is getting more round. You're getting a little thick back there. So he's like, "You're not taking the injections the way you say you are." And I'm like, I took that as a compliment because actually I am taking the injections more frequently. He believes that I am taking it once a month or every so often, and that is why I'm getting my curves back. But he doesn't realize that I was taking the injection in the month of November, literally every week. But I just made sure I was intentional at fueling my body and working out intentionally, strength training, building. Okay. And I just thought it was so funny that he believes that I'm spacing out my injections so far to the point where it's given the impression that I'm not taking it as frequent as like everybody else. So I just thought that was cute. All right, so now let's go ahead and move into the reasons why I feel like once a month is not good for me, because I feel like I'm not getting all the benefits. A few weeks ago, a couple of content creators and also Kim J and G's 101, I had to really sit back and think. And that took some time to really think about the reason why I am on this injection. And two people brought up the alcohol thing. And I was like, you know what? I didn't even think about that, because before GLP-1, I was having wine every single night. That was like my kryptonite. That was something that I had to have every single night before I went to bed. I needed a buzz before I go to sleep. And when I got on Wegovy in 2023, that kind of went away because it was like I don't have the urge to want to drink. But when I went out, I always had some type of alcohol beverage. When I got on Zepbound in 2024, it was like I don't have to have it when I go out. I can have it occasionally. I don't need it. And of course, I was not drinking wine every single night. And then when I got on Mounjaro, I only had alcohol one time while in my Mounjaro maintenance journey, and that was when I went to Orlando. I started Mounjaro on my birthday, August 13th, so of course I had alcohol, but the Mounjaro was not even working in my system that day. But I don't have to have it. You know what I'm saying? So that was a big come up for me. And then also another reason why I got on Mounjaro is because of the whole inflammation. And that was creeping back up when I took my 5-month journey, when I took 5 months off to do the reverse diet and just get my system back regulated again and eating more calories. Of course, inflammation came back. So, and another thing is I recently learned that my family on my mom's side has diabetes. There's some cancer, something going on around there. And then also I already knew that dementia runs in the family. I knew that part, but I did not know diabetes ran in the family, and heart attack, strokes, all of that, right? When you ask and they say, well, no, that doesn't run, or I don't know, it's like, so all this time I was lying on my medical records because I was just hit none of the above because I didn't know. And it took my cousin to have to tell me that. So Shame on grandma and mom for not knowing or not even wanting to tell me. But for whatever their reason is, it is what it is. But now I know, so now I can check my boxes off appropriately. And so when I told my doctor, I was like, yo, I want to take this every 2 weeks. So here's my game plan. I took the 7.5 2 weeks ago, and I've been able to eat enough calories, but I just have to get past those first 2 days. So he was like, well, Tamika, are you trying to lose weight? I said, no. Then he was like, well, you can take it every 2 weeks, but 7.5 is not the milligram that I want you to be on. I said, okay, all right, fine. Another reason why I like 7.5 is because the food noise was gone. And I'm not talking about food noise like everybody else is saying, or to some people where they're just constantly thinking about food. That's not me, because I am on a fitness journey, so I do need to fuel my body and eat more than the average person. However, sweets, sugars, that type of food noise, the sugar cravings, it was hard while on the 2.5. And so the 7.5, I would say being on the 7.5 for 2 weeks, today is the 14th day, I have not had that sugar craving the way I was having before, So I was like, hoping he would say, yes, stay on the 7.5, but he said no. So what happened on the 7.5, I did mention it in yesterday's video. I ended up losing 2.4 pounds the first week while still keeping my calories high. And then the next week, the second week, I ended up dropping a pound. So I managed the 151, but when Thanksgiving came, I gained 0.8 ounces, which is nothing, and went up to 152. So as of today, I am 152.6. That's it. And I'm okay with that. I am fine with being in the 150s. I'm not saying that being in the 140s or back at 133 when I was at my lowest is not where I want to be. I don't want to be there based off the scale. I would prefer to be there because of my body fat percentage shrunk and I have my curves. I don't want to be 140, 130 soaking wet with no muscle definition, because you can have muscle definition and still be that low in weight. So right now I am perfectly fine with the 150s until I can bring my curves back, and then eventually the weight is going to end up trickling down, but I don't want it to go down too fast. So 2 things. For one, I told my doctor I have a change of heart about the medication, and therefore I want to be on this for life. And he told me as long as you continue working at the job you're at and your insurance covers it, you can continue for the rest of your life. You don't have to stop. I said, good. So my name is Tamika. I am on Mounjaro, and he told me that 5 milligrams is going to be my dose going forward. So my name is Tamika. I'm on Mounjaro 5 milligrams, and I'm a lifer. Nicely warm in temperature. Okay. Mounjaro, Mounjaro, Mounjaro journey. Mounjaro journey. So me and Lola is back friends again. Just in case you may be wondering, what injection site did I use on the 2.5? I mean, on the 7.5, I used my thigh, because had I used my stomach, I probably wouldn't have been able to eat. So we're just going to go ahead and go to the stomach. All right, so I'm going to pull the cap off, unlock, and then I'm just going to place it on my stomach. All right, so that did not hurt at all. What does it look like for me going forward as far as like putting out videos? I'm going to be doing this every 2 weeks. Now, as far as like giving you a maintenance update, there is none. Okay, so you would just have to check out my shorts and my videos of me, and my vlogs of me explaining like my fitness journey, what I'm doing to build muscle, and lose fat, my what I eat in a days. Like, that's pretty much what my videos is going to be like going forward, and any other things I decide to do, like with hair, makeup, and shopping vlogs. But that is going to be the gist of my channel. So I'm not going to be giving like weight updates like how everybody else is doing, which is perfectly fine. I can also share some tips with you on like how I was able to do the reverse diet while being on Mounjaro, and you know, things like that, and to help those newcomers who are, you know, coming up. So I have not forgotten about you guys, and just know that whatever I put out here, this is for people who are on Mounjaro, who are on the GLP-1 medication and who is not on the GLP-1 medication. Always talk with your doctor before you do any of the things that I am doing. I'm just sharing with you what I am doing along the way. But don't let the medicine work you. You work the medicine. And I proved my point. And remember. But other than that, until then, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, gorgeous.